Now this vehicle, a Hyundai Sonata, is very simple to change the mirror, and this is almost identical to almost every other car or truck out there. Some of them you may have to remove the entire door panel, but 90% of them, all you got to do is remove this little triangular piece right here. It's opposite of where the mirror is mounted, and you can access the mirror to get it off. So this particular little piece of plastic here, it has a speaker built in. You can tell that because it has a little grill there. So you got to be a little careful not to pull on it too hard. You don't want to yank the wires out. But basically this little thing pops right off. You can use a flathead screwdriver, or sometimes you can just pull it up by hand. They do make a special tool, looks like this, called an upholstery tool. And this is really nice and easy to get behind and pop it out. So we're going to use this to pop it out. And that's basically all there is to it. I stuck it in, twisted it, and it popped it right off. It's just held in with a little plastic push pin and a little tab, and that's it. And as you can see, here's the speaker, and here's the wires going to the speaker. This particular car, we don't have to touch the speaker at all. We can leave it right in place. Next thing is, you can see the wiring going to the mirror. This particular one, it plugs directly into the mirror itself, and to get that off, there's just a little tab you push right here. Push it down, and it pulls right out. This is where you can see another way. You can see if you have a heated mirror. You can count the wires again. Like I said, this has 5 wires, so that's more than a standard power mirror. So we already realized where those 2 wires went, so we know it's heated. If you're still not sure if it has heat or not, please call our website and we'll be glad to help you figure that out. Our phone number's at the very top of the website. Then basically, there's 3 bolts on this one. They're 10mm bolts. You just need a standard ratchet with a 10mm socket, and it'll pop it right off. So that's what we're going to do now. One other thing where it can get, where this job can go downhill, is if you accidentally drop one of these bolts down in the door panel. You're going to have to get that out. So you're going to have to take the whole door panel off, and the job becomes much more difficult. And this one has bolts and a washer. So just be very careful not to drop any of it down the door, and you'll be fine. And you can feel the mirror start to loosen up when you get the last bolt loose. Then we've got the bolts loose. Lift up from the bottom. Keep your hands on it because you don't want to drop it on the door and scratch the door. And pull it right off. There is a rubber gasket on here that can make it kind of suction itself to the door, so it'll feel like it's stuck on there, but give it a good pull, it'll come right off. So that's the broken mirror. We're going to get rid of that. Here's our brand new mirror. We made sure it had the same number of pins. It's the exact same color, shape, size. This particular mirror sells from our website for about $65. The dealer sells them for probably $200 or $300. These are an aftermarket mirror, but they match identically. And we sell these to shops, body shops, and they put them on, and it's the same exact thing basically that you get at the dealer. And you just want to make sure you compare it to the old one, just to make sure that it does look the same before you try starting to install it. And you simply put it in place. The bolts will pretty much center the mirror right where it is, but don't tighten the bolts till you have all 3 of them finger tight. That way you can adjust it slightly to make sure it's lined up properly. these things don't have to be super tight. They're just holding the less than 1 pound mirror on. So snug them down snug. Over tighten them can crack it, can break it. Got to use feel. When you feel start to get tight, you just stop. Before you snug it all the way down, just take a look on the other side, make sure it's nice and even. Which this one is, so we can finish tightening it all the way down. Then simply plug the plug back in. Make sure it's snapped in. Put your little plastic panel back on. You basically just make sure the wires are in all the way. And you can see where there's 2 tabs that line up. You basically line those up, snap it into place, make sure it's secure. Basically, you're done.